I gotta be honest, guys. Like, I've done a lot of tour press and album press. It's been all serious. I got dog songs. I got all these like real songs. This is some shit I never thought I'd be talking about during album release week.
This is the way you do press. Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang.
All right, let's do it. Chase Rice is here. I heard you were just making some coffee, grabbing some snacks, eating some Doritos.
That's tea. What am I doing?
You made yourself a cup of tea by accident?
Big tea guy. Big tea guy.
Bro.
I'm not well versed in
That was very... I would have thought that was scripted.
No.
That's tea, man. Can we get the man some coffee? Did you... Don't you need like a tea bag and shit to make tea?
One of them K-Coast makes a tea, I guess. Clearly.
Tea, man.
All good.
Well, it gets to the caffeine either way, right?
Yeah, you get the caffeine.
No, I love though. Like you're just like I feel like you're a borderline member of Barstool at this point. Just roll through here. Like, oh, there's Chase. What's
I think
up?
last time I was in here, Caleb was over there, and he hadn't even started Sunday Conversations yet.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it was a different ball game back
Yeah,
then.
man. I mean, I feel like you had some moments with Glenny Balls and Caleb backstage or on stage at your concerts and shit.
New Year's I'm sitting there
Yeah.
back there. It was like some EDM concert in Nashville, and I'm back there. It was just me and Caleb, like by ourselves. Everybody's out there celebrating, the ball's dropping. We're just lounged back in these chairs, just staring at the TV.
Happy New Year, bro.
Man. Sick year ahead.
Have you ever had Glenny on stage in one of your concerts?
I don't think he's been on stage.
On
He's
stage,
been on
because-
shows,
Outrageous question.
Well, because it's not.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's outrageous that it's not outrageous.
Because I was about to say, I thought he did at some point with you. Because I was going to
Usually
say
we
he
just
owes
hang
you
out
a
roof.
debt of gratitude because Nickelback brought him on stage.
Oh, really?
And let him sing an entire fucking song. Like they're one of their hits, dude.
It was rock
Imagine
song.
you go to fucking Nickelback and you're like, I want to see my song, and then fucking Glenny from Sunday Conversation is on the mic.
Yeah, you'd be like, what the? I
What the
wanted to
fuck
see
is
the
this?
fucking real version.
I'll say this: Glenny kind of smoked it.
He did.
Like, I was
He did do
actually-
much better than I thought.
I was pretty impressed with how he did. But if I was there and I was like, why is Glenny doing City on Down? Like, what is happening right now?
He texted me about my album. He said, "Love your album, dude." I'm like, "Shut up, Glenny. You don't like country music. Appreciate it, though."
For real.
You don't like
It's a
country
bold-faced lie, dude.
Now,
Thanks, though.
that's a bad segue for what I'm about to say. I really like the album too.
yeah.
I remember when we
You do
talked.
listen.
When we talked in Nashville, I was telling you how I love Jack Daniel and Jesus, and you were like, I think you were working on the new album
Yeah.
at the time, and you were like, the new album's going to be a little more stripped down like that. And I thought you fucking nailed it.
Dude, it's the best album I've ever made.
It's fucking
Yeah, you were
awesome.
very. I feel like you were in the zone when you were talking about it last time. Like you were very happy with the direction it was
Yeah,
going.
it's awesome. I mean, you got to get other people to really believe that too, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's like if it had success, if it didn't, like I wouldn't change a thing. So it's a good place to be.
It's a important part to get to in your career, no matter what you do. And I think it comes with if you have enough success and you make enough money and everything's good, and then you can kind of be like, I don't really care what the reception might be or what might happen. If I'm happy with it, like then we're good.
Man, I wish I'd have done it. Like, I didn't do the other stuff like, I need to do this to have success. I just did it because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, to be honest. Like, okay, this is popular. I'll just do that.
Yeah.
And I'll be the first to admit that. Like, if I could change it, I would, but I can't. So now I
What
can
you
change
do,
it.
your early approach to your career was how everyone else approaches their regular ass job, where they're like, I don't
You know what
know.
you're
I'm just
doing.
gonna do it to like. No, but a lot of people just do their job to like what works. I don't know. Here's how I'm going to get paid, or here's what that people want to see. Like, okay, I'll just do that.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I didn't want to do. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm doing music.
Right.
And at the time, it was like I was a writer on Cruise, so I was like, all right, well, shit, I'll just do more of that.
How much money do you make for that? You make
You make $1 million off of number one song. So if us three write it, we all three make about $300,000.
Is that just a ballpark, or that's like some
That's
sort of
just
number?
ballpark.
Like, okay,
That's the
yeah.
ballpark. But Cruise was like
That was-
number one. So so I made a lot of money. On
And it was you were sole writer, or you split it with
No,
those
there's
guys?
a few other writers.
Okay,
on it,
yeah.
So I had to split it.
It's like when you had the winning lottery ticket, but so did a few other people. You're like, "Fuck, all right, I guess I got to split it with you.
I guess I could
Yeah,
kill
it's
you.
like $4 billion.
Like,
I'm gonna try this tea.
Give us a review. Give us we review everything else in the
Yeah, that's
company.
what we do with
Give
this.
us a scale of 1 to 10. The tea.
Well, it's not sweet tea and it's hot. It's
0. You guys love your sweet tea,
I
man.
do love sweet tea.
Bro, I had my first like foray into the South was I had a friend who went to Clemson. I was still in high school. She went to Clemson, and I went down there, and she was like,
Cougar.
"I discovered the greatest thing ever," and it was Deep Eddy sweet tea,
Yeah. Oh yeah, with alcohol in it.
and
I just discovered Deep Eddies this fucking week.
Yeah,
I had
it
never
was-
heard of it.
Dude, I wasn't hunting. I was shooting guns like 8, 9. It might have been 8, 9, 10 years ago with the guy that started Deep Eddies, and it was like right around when it was really taking off. So he was like shooting all these new guns. He's like, "This one's sick." Now he's probably got a whole closet full of them.
I had never heard of it. We were out at Arizona. I asked these guys. I was like, first round's on me. What do you want? He said Deep Eddies, and I was like, I didn't even understand the words he was saying. I was like, what are you telling me? I've never heard of that, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't go to the South or the West. I don't know if it's not. Is it in New York?
I would
It's
imagine.
southern.
I mean, imagine it's somewhere around here, but I've never heard of it.
Man, if you don't,
And then I got one, and I mean, well, it's just not for me. I'll say. I was
Sweet
like-
tea?
No, it was like lemon flavored Deep Eddies.
oh,
and
Deep Eddies.
It was
Yeah,
a little
but
too.
I just like regular sweet tea. Like go to
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, we
Chick-fil-A
where were
has
we
good
at?
stuff.
Drinking sweet tea.
Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's had a
That's
lot.
probably gotta be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raising Cane's was a problem last week. I was just eating slices of buttered bread. They just put bread out.
Yeah, like Raising Cane's, a guy, I guess the guy that started it, he flies around like Parker McCollum, Coe Wetzel. He's flying all these guys around in this jet and stuff. I'm
Yeah,
like,
he's
let me get one of those
he's
deals.
baller, dude.
I
He
wanna
was
get
at
Raising
He's at the Dozen Live.
you know the Dozen, right? The trivia thing
Yeah.
we do. He came out on stage and like served some people some Raising Cane's, and then he walked out. He just waved, and then he walked backstage. I was like, that guy's probably a fucking billionaire, and nobody said anything. Nobody knew it, man.
He had, like, a
that's the
suite
dream
of-
right there.
Yeah,
to be like a
shit.
billionaire that nobody knows somehow. You know, you're one
That'd
of
be the
those
best thing ever.
Because like the Elon Musks and those guys, it's like stressful, you know.
But
the
you know,
other
see-
guys just chilling with $1 billion that they can walk down the street and nobody fucking cares.
I think it's inverse. I think it's the opposite. I think
You wanna be-
I think like Drake has a line about how rappers want to be singers and singers.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, how athletes want to be rappers and rappers
Yeah.
want to be
Yeah,
athletes.
yeah.
And I think if you're a billionaire and no one knows who you are,
You're like,
and
what the fuck?
you're out with your friend who's worth 10 million, and he's getting swarmed.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck that. Like,
That
I
is
want,
true.
I want that. So like, I want to be recognized like that.
There's
That
a little
is
bit of that
true.
going on for sure. I'll take the billion all day.
Yeah, right. I think once you're a celebrity and you've been swarmed,
Yeah,
you're like,
you
I'd
get it.
rather fucking no one know who I am.
And I'm not even like one of the main guys. I get to enjoy my life still. But like even yesterday at the airport, something's happening. I was like 8 people going on my flight. Like, hey, a picture. I was like, you realize I'm not Dirk Bentley, right? They're like, yeah, we know who you are. So something
That is a
going on.
good litmus test. I mean, when people start to, anybody who's ever asked me like, do you get bothered about pictures or anything? I'm always like, if the day that shit stops is when there's a problem.
Yeah.
So like, as long as it keeps happening, that's fine with me.
People are paying attention.
Yeah, it's a good
A
sign.
Permian sweatshirt or a jacket?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, classic, right?
That's sick.
You had that one for a
Wait,
minute.
no, not
right?
Permian. It's Friday Night Lights, but it's a TV show, so it's Dylan.
It's the fake one, but it's the real one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's the movie and the.
Yeah, it's from
It wasn't a P on the.
It's
Dylan Panthers,
Dylan
but it's
Panthers,
about.
okay,
yeah,
gotcha. Yeah. Hell
That was a good buy.
Yeah,
You've had
this
that
wasn't
for a
a lie.
while.
Someone sent this to me.
Right.
I love Friday Night Lights, and someone was like, I have like the official jacket. I don't know. I don't think it was like worn on set or anything like that. I think they just got it somewhere, and they just mailed it to me for free.
Coach Taylor.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking sick.
Minka Kelly, man.
Bro, dude, right before you walked in, I was like, do you think Chase Rice watches TV? And I don't think that's something like, I was like,
he
hot
said
dudes
no,
don't
right?
watch TV, dude.
No, I love TV, man. That's
What are you watching right now?
Uh,
I guess when you're on tour and shit, you're probably watching a lot of
yeah,
TV.
I watch a lot.
Yeah.
You get bored.
Yeah.
What did I just? You season 4. That guy's a creep.
That guy, that shit is so weird, man.
Dude.
I mean, that show was weird from the jump,
It's
but the
weird
later
shit.
seasons, it's like, what are we fucking doing here? This is crazy.
Yeah, it's weird that you're pulling for this guy.
Yeah, it's very
Killing
strange.
everybody.
Very strange.
I was
And
reading an
stalker.
interview with fucking Penn Badgley. Who I've never seen the show, but I obviously know what it's about. He was talking about Netflix and how like it's fucked up that they promote Dahmer and how
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
like they make like a hot girls fall in love with the hot killer, and I was like, isn't that exactly what your show is?
That's exactly what your show is.
Like,
That's what you've been.
Penn Badgley.
The star of you was like, it's fucked up that we glorify these killers, and it's like, well, his is fictional, but like, there's really no difference.
It's like there's actors that talk all these trash about guns, but they star in all these movies.
Right.
Doesn't make any sense.
That's the name of the fucking game.
Dahmer, man, it's just an
money.
intriguing thing. Like, you can't take your eyes off of, like, what, and you shouldn't worship him. I mean, he's just sick.
That's what I mean. Chicks are fucked up, man.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Chicks?
Like, yeah, like, he got fan mail.
Dude, there was a guy in New York, a cop in New York, who got caught.
Oh yeah.
Writing letters to like some chicks or something, where they were planning. They didn't do it, but the plan was to kidnap some people and boil them and skin them and eat them. And he got thrown in jail. He actually won the appeal because the judge was like, technically he didn't do it, and all he did was write a letter, and you could theoretically say that it was like fan fiction or whatever. Anyway, besides the point. When he was in jail, he got flooded with fan mail and chicks showing up at the fucking like jail, being like, "Let him out. He's so hot. He's so sexy." He wasn't, by the way. At least these other guys are good looking. That dude was fucking bald and ugly, and they were all just like, "Yeah, skin me and eat me."
I think about all the things that I've done that I'm like, okay, I shouldn't have done that, and I'm like disappointed in myself and the shame you live in. It's like, no, I'm good.
You're good, dude. You are good.
No,
That's a great point.
Dang, I'm all right.
Dude, I also think about all the people and all the times myself, like I couldn't get any chicks, and there's fucking cannibals in jail getting their door banged down. Like, what the fuck, man? I can't get laid tonight, but this guy apparently.
God,
fuck.
dang.
Nice
How
guys
start
do
talking
finish
about
last.
that. But yeah, go Panthers.
Go back.
I need to go back and watch that.
Where's your favorite place to tour these days?
I mean, it's everywhere right now. Like, it's crazy. And right now we've been just doing press and stuff, but we start March 3rd. I think we're in Nevada. And then I don't know where we're at. But my favorite show we do is in Watershed in Washington State. We did that last year. It was me and Wallen. Oh my God.
Shit gets wild.
Like, I mean, when I was first starting, I was playing like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was like 20,000 people just screaming every word. I don't know, something different about up there.
You think people wear like diapers in the middle of that crowd?
Got to, right? Like, I'll never.
Dude, I
go.
see
You're
those.
in the midst of 20,000
I
people,
can't even
dude.
look at it. I'm just like, whether it's fucking New Year's in Times Square or scenes like that.
I remember that in that like
wonder
that was I learned about New Year's when people were like they wear diapers there, and I was like, that's disgusting,
bro.
But smart. But smart.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, yeah, I guess so. You can't imagine you wait all that time.
I don't know.
Dude, I could not imagine ever waiting on a line like that or getting in the middle of that. Like, something goes wrong and you're fucking dead, dude. You're in the middle of that shit. Fucking see you later, man.
But Watershed's like that. I mean, it's I don't know, 40,000, 50,000 people just nuts jammed in there. And it's a good crowd. That's my number one show. If you like, you do one more,
that's it. I'm surprised it's that Washington State. You know, I would have figured like somewhere hometown or down south or whatever, but Washington State, huh?
Yeah, we're doing like the East Coast. We're doing some Midwest. My agent's real good about like, hey, what's your favorite 7-8 spots to play? I'll be like, these. He'll be like, all right, we'll play those in 3 years. You're not playing those this year. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, we're not playing Washington that I see. We're not playing California, which is actually really good fans. I want to play Montana every September because I elk hunt there. Not doing that.
Why does he do this to you?
Sounds like a great agent, bro.
I don't know. I gotta have a talk. I got a new agent now. Well, we're also in our first full year of touring with my new agent, and he's badass. Like, he's crushing it. So I got no bitching to do.
I do feel like it's one of those things that your agent is probably somebody. If they do too much of what you want, they're probably not doing their job right. You know what I mean? Like, your job is to push you and make that money and do the business.
He's badass at his job because that's what he does.
Right.
Like, I can't rely. But it'll be good about, like, I'll send him a text. Hey, I want to play this show. All right, let's go. So stuff. Tortuga's another one down in Florida. That's like, that's a shit show. Last year I played.
Tortuga just sound like I honestly thought you made up a pirate island. Like I've heard of Tortuga before,
Captain Tortuga,
but like it's in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew Tortuga was a real place.
That's it's.
I thought it was a type of turtle.
It's in Fort Lauderdale. They just call it Tortuga.
Okay,
but like last year, it was me and Wallen did a bunch of shows last year, and I was pumped for that one. I'm like, hell yeah, this is gonna be great. I played the main stage before, but I played the other stage later, which is a better slot, I guess. but they're on opposite sides of the beach. So I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. So I'm playing at, I don't know, 7:30, sun's going down, perfect time. Meanwhile, he's over here right after me, like the hottest artist on the planet. These people are going to get the fuck out of my set and go all the way over here. And surprisingly, they really didn't. They hung around the whole time. I was like, damn, these people are badass. So that one made me nervous. I'm like, shit, they're going to leave. And they hung around, so that was cool.
It's like you're about to tee off, but Tiger's pulling up on the 18.
Exactly.
Like, God damn it.
I'd imagine that is a fucking dynamic duo, you two. Holy shit. I can't imagine.
Dude,
the
this summer
shows,
we were
the
sober.
after parties. Oh, really?
We were sober all summer together.
What was that about? Need to slow down?
Yeah, needed it. We're not anymore. You FaceTiming last night, like, oh, fuck.
Was that so? Wait. That's great. So leading up to it, to the summer, things are just going a little too hard. Was there like a single point where something went wrong, or was it just like I can't keep this pace anymore?
It was just I can't keep this.
Right.
pace.
Right. So your body's just like, no, can't do it. How old are you now?
I'm 37.
Yeah, all right. I'm the same age, but I slowed down a while before you. But yeah, you get to a point where you're just like, no more.
And for me, it was post-COVID. It was like I went to I think it was before I ended up not drinking for a while. I went to a buddy's house that I spent all our COVID together. Mm-hmm. We're doing beer Olympics. We're doing all that shit.
Yeah.
It was, I think it was Super Bowl last year, and I go to his house. We're hanging out. I bring over 2 full coolers of beer, and I'm like, let's fucking go. Beer Olympics, let's do it. And like that's what my mindset is. And as I walked in, he's like, bro, we got our kids here. This isn't the Beer Olympics. Like, are you all right? I kept going with the mindset of like COVID's still on, even though it's been 2 years past it. I didn't realize like, oh, you need to calm down.
Yeah.
So
that might be a moment.
Put in a lot of bad habits.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
COVID, I was
Food,
like,
booze.
During COVID, I was like, I'll do 5 glasses of whiskey a night. Yeah. And then 3 years later, I was like, we gotta get up and go to work in the morning now. Like, we're not on vacation anymore.
It was
such a blast, though. Dude.
It was an
If
awesome
it wasn't for
time
massive
of not-
death, it would have been fucking amazing.
It's like, are you even allowed to say you had fun?
Yeah, it's
I had
like-
a blast. Like,
if it wasn't for everybody's grandparents being dead, it would have been my favorite time I've ever had. I fucking loved it, dude.
I'm glad you
Old
said that.
people, man, they die. All right, so we'll say that it was the Beer Olympics around the kids that set you off on the sober path.
Yeah,
So you do that for what, a summer? You said?
we did it all summer. Yeah,
Were you was it like struggling or
Dude,
you
I had a blast.
Yeah, really?
I had like the best summer of my life. And then I'm like, I'm loving life now. I'm happier than I've ever been. I'm fit. I'm skinny. I'm like, let's go fuck it up. And that's where I'm at now. But now I've gotten to the point now. I'm like, okay, you started taking a little too far again.
Yeah.
Right.
Throwing it back. Now I do drink different. Now I'm like, okay. Well,
So when you decided to restart, you said you were on FaceTime with Morgan. Was it like, okay, we're done with this, right? Let's
no,
have fun?
that was just last night.
Oh,
I
okay.
was just at a bar last
Okay.
night. Where are you at? New York City. I'm not. I can't come down right now.
The kids is such a like I've started like going on like our friend trips, and I'm 34 and single, and I'm still in like the let's go.
Yeah.
And this winter we went on vacation with like all our friends, and it was the first time where I was like, damn, we're getting old, because like someone's husband's sober now. There were 2 kids there.
Someone's dead.
And I was like, I'll open another bottle. I'll get another bottle going. They're like,
Dude, this guy was the worst fucking house guest of all time. When we, it was a ski house or a beach house? Beach house, right? You showed up sick, gave everybody COVID.
That was
got all their kids infected.
That was
and
this
tried to get drunk.
That was this vacation last year.
Yes.
So I showed up with COVID. I got tested before I got there, and I showed up and gave fucking everybody COVID.
Oh my
But
Wife,
God.
kids, everybody got COVID for like a 3-day stint with him while he just like stayed in his room.
Dude, we had to
fucking-
rent the house an extra week because everyone was so sick we couldn't leave.
got
So
extra vacation
I cost everyone
You
like
had to quarantine
25 grand.
Oh my God.
I didn't know that part.
While you're also the guy that's just everybody's trying to have a good, wholesome time.
Yeah.
Like, wow, whatever, we're
Let's
sick. Let's
fucking
get
drink.
drunk.
That is
But
hilarious.
it's tough when like this time I was healthy, but I was hungover, and I was like, God damn, these kids get up early. It was like 6 a.m. just like pitter patters running around.
Bro.
And I
worst.
get why once you have kids,
Yeah,
like,
you
all
just
right.
can't. It's just like you do it a couple times and you're just like, this is not fucking worth it to be
Yeah.
hungover with a little kid, like a baby. It's just like, no, fuck, no, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, I just had a time I was in Florida, and it was like after a run where we were just, I think it was pressed for the album. And I hit up my brother. He lives in Orlando. I just opened a bar in St. Pete. And I hit him up. I'm like, man, I need a day. Like, let me just love on your kids. Let me just have a normal, wholesome, like, oh, people live like this too, right? Yeah. And so I'm thinking, okay, perfect. He's going to set me up. I get the room. No, 6 a.m. Danny comes in. It's like, yeah. My brother's like, yeah, go wake him up. It's like, dude, no, this was my time to come sleep in. Dan comes in and starts punching me in the face. I got this freaking eye thing going on. He's like whacking me in the face. Wake up! Like, God, I've never wanted to fight a 6-year-old.
Yeah, man. You don't want that. You do not want that. Trust me.
I have fought 6-year-olds before.
I don't know how you're not in jail.
For so many reasons, dude.
I fought my like nieces and nephews and stuff before because it is. We've said this before. We're like, I used to be a camp counselor too when I was a kid, and I was like younger. I'd be like 17, like coaching like the 10-year-olds at a hockey camp and shit like that. You can fucking fight kids, dude. Like, you just gotta be.
This kid's tough.
You gotta be subtle about it. You gotta like.
They just bat like they're like a fucking.
You could throw them off your roof. Yeah. And they just bounce back up. And do it again.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You just get him like a headlock and like a little extra hard,
dude.
That's the rib.
Like he's sitting there pounding on me, hitting me. Wake up! And then it like out of nowhere, after a minute of that, it's like I'm just trying not to move. I'm trying to fake like I'm still sleeping. He just stops. He turns his dad downstairs. He's like, he's not waking up. It's like, no, you little dick. I'm awake. I'm trying to get you to leave the room. Let me go back to bed.
I just put my son onto the WWF, and now all he wants to do is wrestle.
It's huge again, right?
Yeah. It's not like it was. What they did is they went very family.
Oh, okay.
They went a family direction, so that way you get like a zillion more 8-year-olds, but it's not as entertaining for
like
the adults.
Not Stone Cold.
Yeah, exactly. But I like laid down some mattresses on the ground and we wrestled, and so now like immediately when he sees me, he comes running in the house, pops his shirt off, let's wrestle. And I'm like, okay. And he's fucking, kicking me in the dick and elbowing me in the nose. I'm like legit getting beat up by him. Like,
I'll come over. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, apparently. I'm just gonna.
And they don't hold back. They'll just come up and smoke you right in the nuts.
Dude, they don't know anything. They're little idiots, man. The humans are the worst. Every other animal pops a kid out, and you're like, go hunt, go live on your own, do your own thing. Kids, until they're like 12. If you don't take care of them, they're fucking dead,
they're like
man.
30.
Yeah, for real. They're 34.
I've heard people talk about drunk people. They're like little drunk.
Yeah, they're like little drunk humans.
Kids are like little drunk.
When you have that in your mind and you watch them like stumble around, it's very funny. I've seen Feidelberg stumble to his bed the same way that my son has. It's spot on.
Yeah, me too.
So you own a bar, you said?
On a bar, yeah. We opened one in Cleveland, St. Pete. And those are the first two. I don't know where our next week. It's called Welcome to the Farm. It's this logo, but this is my farm logo.
Okay.
And they just took that and put WTF instead of TECF.
Welcome to the farm.
The farm. I've heard about the farm. The farm's a spot.
It's sick.
Yeah.
One in Cleveland has been like.
Oh, I meant your farm.
My farm.
Yeah,
that's sick too.
Yeah.
That's not crushing. That has the buffalo, and I'm losing my ass. But that's why I tour.
So
buy buffalo.
So you approached the music business kind of like I don't know, like let me just do this. But did you know what you were doing in the farming business?
No.
Right. So, because that seems like something I wouldn't get into unless I knew what the fuck I was doing. So you bought a farm, like, let's just get a bunch of buffalo. Let's just see what happens if we get a bunch of buffalo.
So I had the farm already. Okay. And then it was a COVID thing. I was like, I'm not making any money. I'm actually losing my ass because I'm keeping everybody on payroll. Let's figure out a way to fuck this up even more. Let's go buy some buffalo. Oh, let's spend $100,000 on the fencing too. It's like, dude, it's a lot. I'm about to spend another $20,000 on these new chutes that I got to get to work them. Which means you give them their shots and stuff. Because, I was me and Nandor away behind a gate. Last time we worked him from our biggest bull, he got around the gate somehow. And I'm just staring at him like, oh fuck. Yeah, and he didn't. He went right back around, thank God. But if he comes at me, I'm dead. You just take it.
Just take it.
Yo, that would not be a great way to go. Like, Chase Rice is dead. What happened? One of his own buffalo killed him. That's not.
It'd be kind of sick. I do have an album coming out, or I just had one came out. It's out already. Shit, it's been is it Friday?
Yeah, it's been
No, today's
Thursday. Tomorrow it's been
Yeah.
a week. So I need some press. We can fake my death with.
Honestly,
by way
I've
of
thought about
Buffalo.
that before. Yeah, if you fake your death.
You're real screwed when you come back, though.
You know what though? Fuck it. You know, like everything else, you just say like, I don't care, and power through it. There'll be some people who are
You still
mad.
think Tupac's alive?
Yeah, it's like fuck it, just play like that. Yeah, you guys don't care about Tupac, whatever. Same thing with me. Who cares? Sick world, man. What? So, like this bar, I'm interested in because we've been opening up some Barstool bars.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Are you
Nashville, right?
We have. We're
Nashville's
starting.
coming.
Yeah, we're putting one in Nashville.
Okay.
But we have Philly, Chicago, Arizona at the moment. Yeah. Were you like involved in like is it your type of bar? Like
Yeah.
Like you were like I want it to be
Well, they kept calling it country bar. They're like, we're doing country bar. I was like, well, if you're naming it that, I'm out.
yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah.
No, they came to my house. They came to my farm in Tennessee. They took a ton of pictures of my
Who's there,
barn.
like a hospitality
the guys
group or
at
something?
Hospitality
Yeah,
group,
yeah.
Ford. And they took all the pictures, like elk chandeliers hanging down. There's a Dairy Queen sign, which my dad used to take me to Dairy Queen, so I got that in my barn. After Little League baseball games, like we'd go to Dairy Queen.
Hell yeah.
They turned the
Fuck
blizzard
yes.
upside down.
Good memories. Yep.
So they took all the stuff that's in my house or around my house and made it a bar.
Put it a bar.
That's sick. That's very
fucking dope.
sick.
How
Same.
often do you get to it?
I've been in the Cleveland one twice. I went to the opening, and then I went to the opening of football season last year there. We had a day off, and Cleveland was kind of in between. I was like, all right. So I'm gonna try to have like 10,
Yeah.
so I can just pop in at all.
Everywhere you go.
Yeah, this last one cost me an Iceland trip, though. I was in St. Pete. We did the bar opening. A bunch of the investors were there. So I was like, okay, I'll hang around one more day, hang around with the investors. And it's St. Pete. It was a nice day. Mm-hmm. And then the next day I wake up, I rescheduled for one more day later to go to Iceland. And I'm like going to be set up in Iceland. JJ from Kaleo, the band, like the way down we go. That band. Everything's set up. And I wake up and my flight was canceled. So I'm like, fuck, I should have just flown there yesterday.
Yeah.
Iceland. You said the whole trip?
I canceled the whole damn thing.
No, fuck, dude.
Iceland is a. I've heard very good things about Iceland. It's not a place that like growing up, I would never thought like I gotta go to Iceland. And
Iceland's had to come
once
up.
you're an adult, you hear about like you can do some cool shit there.
Iceland, and he made me promise him like 10 years ago when I met him. He said, just promise me at some point before you ever get married, come to Iceland, while you're single. And this was my chance, and I blew it. So I think I'm gonna go in like May.
I was gonna say,
I'm
are
going
you getting
back.
married? Then you got plenty of fucking time.
I got time this year. I'm going back. I don't
fucking
break
hate
promises.
you guys, man. Like he could do the same thing, just be like, I don't know. But he picked up and went to London like on a whim, like literally on a Wednesday. Decided to go to London for a soccer game on a Thursday.
Who was
And
playing?
Liverpool, Man City.
When was it?
November. This past November.
Okay.
It was at Anfield, and it was like Man City was undefeated at the time. Liverpool wasn't doing that well, which they're not again. But it was Liverpool 1-0. It was fucking.
I watched. I'm a Man City guy.
Oh, are you?
Fucking
Fuck.
Liverpool.
Dude.
I went to Anfield a few years ago to watch Man City. But that was the year Liverpool was unstoppable.
Yeah.
We had a big win against Arsenal yesterday.
Big win. Yeah, I was gonna say big win yesterday.
I would not have pinned you for a EPL league.
We toured in Manchester, 2017, and I get there. The guy at the airport's talking up Man City. I'm like, I wanted to go to Man United game. I didn't even know Man City existed. Mm-hmm. And I didn't care about it. I just wanted to go and see a game. And then we went to Man City instead because they were in town. They put us in a suite, free drinks. They treat us like that. I'm like, hell yeah, this is sick. So I just kept up with them, and then 2 years later, I'm become a huge fan. You get it, you go in, and old Man City fans fucking hate me. They're like, this motherfucker, you don't really love Man City. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Yes, I do.
Yep. I did that with him all the
I grew up
time.
in America. But I get why they hate me for this one. I was 2019, fly over. I have Eyes on You, #1 song. Like it's that week. And they have me on the parade on the buses with the squad.
No
double
way.
fisted
No,
Heinekens.
you were Salt Bay, man. Did you see Salt Bay at the World Cup?
No.
Like right when Argentina wins the World Cup. You know Salt Bay, the fucking yeah. He was taking the only people allowed on the field. Sorry to interrupt your story, Fisher, but the only people allowed on the field at the World Cup are legitimately like presidents and heads of state and like the Queen and shit like that. And then there's Salt Bay, and he's literally grabbing Messi, like, yo, let me get a selfie with you.
Oh, I heard about this.
And Messi's like, who the fuck is this? And he has all these pictures on his Instagram of like, he's like, hey, and the guys in the picture are like,
How'd he get down there?
I don't know, man. And it was just like, everyone's like, fuck this guy. So you were the Salt Bay.
Well, they
of
weren't
Man
like,
City.
fuck this guy. I was invited, so that was cool. But I didn't belong there. I'm like looking down at all these longtime City fans, and they're all just like, they're looking at me like, yeah. They think I'm somebody. I'm like, what's up?
That's awesome. That's great. Just blend in with the gang.
Dude, we had a blast that
Those
night.
guys, I feel like,
that team was stacked.
I feel like those guys.
You went out like with the team, like
Yeah, like Manchester Cathedral after the game. Pep's there. It's like
we've always done a lot of questions like, if you could go out and party for one night with one team from any point in history, who would it be? And we almost never answer soccer because I guess we just have, like, we're always thinking like, I'm always like the '86 Mets or the '90s Cowboys or the Showtime Lakers, all that shit.
Would have been fun.
I mean, that would have been great. But when you really think about it, you go out on the town in like pubs with like this whatever top dog in England is.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're getting anything bigger than that,
Yeah.
or more like fun than that. You know what I mean? Like that would be our scene, right? More so than like the Showtime Lakers.
Cool, but at the same time, like Phil Foden, I think he was like 19, so he's not getting hammered. De Bruyne's with his wife. I was at one point in a circle with all the guys from Argentina, like Sergio Aguero and Otamendi and all these guys, and I'm just sitting there like, I have no fucking idea what you guys are saying. Not speaking my language.
You just
So it was
do it, like,
interesting.
love
you can
that.
tell when to laugh and you're just laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, they start laughing like, that's cool.
Like the fucking boys, man. I know it.
Argentina.
You know, it's funny. Louis C.K. told a story on one of the podcasts we listened to, and he said he used to date this girl who was French, and she does comedy in France, and he went to see her act. And he said he just found himself like falling into it and laughing, even though he had no idea what she was saying.
Yeah.
That he's like, there's some sort of like hypnosis to it that even if you don't know what's going on, you just pick up on the cues and the way she's doing it.
100%.
He was like, it was the funniest, like one of the funniest shows I've ever been to, and I didn't even know what the fuck they were saying. That's some wild shit.
That's how I listen to my grandfather talk.
That's such a good point, man.
He just mumbles. And I'm like, yeah.
Dude, my parents are getting old now. I forget that my parents now are older. They're grandparents. They're somebody's grandparents, and they just are on fucking repeat and telling the same wacky stories and shit. My mom is like, I'm like, I gotta.
So that's normal.
Yeah, I guess so.
My
yeah.
mom will ask me the same question 4 times. I'm like,
Right?
are you all right?
Like, she'll tell me the story at night. Wake up in the morning, I go see her that day. Same fucking story that ends with the same
Yeah, so it's
attitude.
normal.
Did you see this thing? Yes, I did.
I saw it yesterday
Fucking
when you talked about it too.
Yeah,
I did it with my dad recently, and in defense of my parents, like there's 4 kids, not a ton, but a little more, and like he called, and it was like he was following a script. It was
I
like-
could see that.
It was the same conversation we had, and I'm like,
He
by,
probably
like,
hangs up and does it to Benny. And
topic
hangs up
3 or
and-
4. I was like, we had this exact conversation yesterday. He goes, I don't remember which one of you I talked
Yeah.
to when. I was like, all right, that makes it more sense.
That-
We'll
that's
get there
probably
for sure. Oh, I get it now.
You're just gonna live in that bachelor life forever?
I don't think so.
No, you think it's in your future?
I think it's in my future. Other people laugh at that, but they also don't really know me all the time.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I think so. I don't want to wake up and be 60 years old and be freaking going out on tour, hanging out with a bunch of 30 or 20
Yeah,
year olds.
yeah. It's not. It's one of those things that it's like being the super senior who comes back to school, and it's like. But I don't know.
you
At the
don't
same
wanna be
time, the grass is always greener, man. I'm like, I would love to be 60 and fucking.
Everybody says that. It's I talk to married. Well, now I got a bunch of married buddies that are like, no, they love it. It's awesome, but they don't have my lifestyle. So I mean, I know I'm gonna have to change shit.
Yeah.
If I don't, it'll be over.
You
in
mean
about
you
a
have
week.
like regular, like friends with normal
Yeah.
lives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the rub is where it's like you love it because you can't do the same shit I can do. It's like, yeah, you don't want to just like hang out with your buddies like at fucking, I don't know, the country club. So you're fine with your married life. I can go fucking hang out with Man City and booze with, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot different when you have opportunities in front of your face.
Right. Yeah, but at the same time, yeah, I want kids one day. So I'll have to change a lot of shit. But you just got to know that.
Yeah, there are a couple times where you're like, damn, I'm gonna have to change things, and she's like, never mind. You're like, never mind, I'm not changing shit.
And the thing is, though, like, you got to understand, like, I'm gonna have to have a woman that makes me want to change some stuff, but I don't know. I've never done it, but I'm assuming at the beginning it's going to be a little different than 5 years down the road. It's like, why the fuck did I change this again? But you never know. I don't know. Hopefully.
We just wrapped up a trip in Amsterdam. Have you ever been?
I've had 2 nights in Amsterdam.
That's what we did.
2 different trips.
Okay, we had 2-night trip. The comedian Bert Kreischer invited us when we were in Nashville, actually.
Yeah.
Like right after we talked to you, probably. Yeah. Right after we talked to you, Bert came in that same house, and we had a conversation where he was talking about, wouldn't it be cool to just pick up and go on a whim and go somewhere wild? And he was like, I'll make you a promise. Sometime this year, we're going to do that. And then, just 2-3 weeks ago,
he gave us 24 hours notice.
He said, the clock starts now. 24 hours, your flight leaves. We're going to Amsterdam. And, it was fucking...
It's unbelievable, right?
Wild.
It was.
And we're with Bert, and we're doing it for this 2-day thing. So it was like, we're doing all the fucked up shit. We're not doing it easy. We're not, we're not there to see the architecture. So we had 2 full-ass nights. Actually, right after we left, they changed the rule that you can't smoke weed in the red light district anymore.
Really?
Yeah, they said it was getting too noisy for tourists. And I was like,
it was probably fucking Bert. It was probably Bert's fucking loud ass screaming in the streets smoking weed.
They're like the locals don't like how loud the tourists are. I was like, if you're a local who lives in the red light district,
yeah, why
are you really like, that weed smells bothering me? It's like, it's the naked woman on her phone in the window.
Local in the red light district complaining about anything. Get the fuck out of the red light district.
Get out of the red light district.
Come on,
they move to a college town and be like, the party's
too loud.
Here.
Yeah, get the fuck
you
out.
You move to fucking...
People just bitch, man.
It's crazy. I couldn't even imagine it was coming from Amsterdam, but...
I can't believe that. That shocks me. So what?
You hit the banana bar in Amsterdam?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. With the banana show?
I don't know.
No. If you did, you either know or you
wouldn't know if you were there.
I'm assuming I can assume what that might be. I feel like I did hit the banana bar, but I'm not recalling.
Well, I don't know. Let me just ask you this, Chase. Did you eat a banana out of a stripper's pussy?
No.
Then
I would remember that. That's why. So I've heard about that. That's why it's ringing bells.
It's a pretty yes or no.
I did. I went into one of the oh man, this is great. I forgot about this. I'm not big on hookers and all that stuff. Like, that's not my deal. I don't want to pay for it.
Right.
But we were a crew of 5 or 6, and we go into the one, like the peep shows or whatever, where you pay the quarters and all that, whatever, go in. I'm like, okay, this will be interesting. Me and one of the girls we were with go in there together. We're sitting there looking. Dude, I mean, it was as soon as we get into this, she could play linebacker for the we get in there, it's like a circle ring, and there's windows all around. Like, this is fucking wild. And out of nowhere, she just, I don't know if they can see us. I have no idea. But she just knows what to do, I'm sure. She just, on the other side of it, just points at us. Just points right at us like, you! Comes over, like, just with as much purpose as you can possibly have, and just turns over and just spreads her ass for it. And I'm just like, damn! Like, what the fuck kind of aggression was that? Like, she pointed at us, hauled ass over to us, and did that. So that was my one experience. We got the hell out.
What do you do in that moment? Were you like...
Just laugh. It's like, God, it was just funny how aggressive she was with it.
I find that shit funny.
It was funny as shit.
Like, we were at that bar and doing that crazy shit, and then there was a dude next to us, solo.
Yeah,
like, we were a crew of guys laughing and shit.
It was funny.
He's like got his head between her legs, and he's like being all like sensual and sexual, and I was like, that's fucking weird.
That's
having
the thing,
some fun with it, laughing at it.
We were just doing our thing, group, hanging out, having a fun time. Like, if you're in there alone and you need that, you probably should talk to somebody.
Right. When these guys did their episode, I think you guys all thought we were gonna fuck hookers, right?
Yeah. No.
Crazy.
Yeah, come on. You guys know it's better than that.
They're like, they're gonna fuck.
You guys we're gonna be pussies about it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I say that you don't even stay up late enough, let alone pay for it.
It's not that I mean, I guess I would be too much of a pussy, but it's more that I would never. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't think that's being a pussy. That's being smart.
Yeah. No, that's not. But the theatrics,
Eastern
man.
European hooker.
What are you fucking gay? Can't fuck an Eastern European linebacker spreading her ass for you?
This girl's intense. It was funny as shit, though.
You know what is weird? A lot of them were standing in the boxes, like
Yeah,
you
like
walk down
walking through the
alley,
alleyways
right?
and stuff, yeah.
And a lot of them were just on their phone. Because I'd imagine you're sitting there waiting for a long time for somebody to pick you. What the fuck did those girls do before their phones? Literally just stand there?
Just stood there,
Just
yeah,
like people watching
read a
until someone
shampoo
decides
bottle.
to fuck you.
I just don't like the idea of.
Well played.
I don't like the idea of like somebody else was just in there. taking a pill.
Yeah.
Something.
Like they
Well-
they didn't even change the sheets, dude.
What do you feel about like the thought of like someone's high heel being up your ass? What do you think of that?
That is a different story.
You said that so
Your thing?
so
Dude,
like
it was we were at the banana bar and this chick like it was so they do like 7 different shows and like they were like 8 of us and they were grabbing like one person to be interactive with everything.
You know, like a bachelor party where sometimes the
Yeah.
strippers embarrass the bachelor. It was that.
and like they were like, you're gonna get a spanking. I was like, fine, whatever. You give me a spanking. And so I get up on the thing and she takes my belt off and she's fucking like hauling back. Like fucking
her head.
like whacking me. And it hurts.
Every time
Are you bare skinned?
I'm bare skinned, yeah. And
He was going like this.
bro, by the way, I don't think you would realize this is the belt I was wearing.
Yeah.
It's fucking alligator.
Alligator. I'm not touching it, but yeah.
Dude, this is a and so like I'm like in pain, but I'm also putting on a show for the boys. I'm like, do it again. And then
Do it again.
she loved you.
and so like I'm like laying down on my stomach again, bare assed. And I hear her be like, and now for the grand finale. And I hear the boys start going nuts. And I'm looking the other way. I'm like, I don't know what's happening right
Euro
now.
trip type shit.
Yeah, dude. And apparently she was like it was the Grail was like holding up her shoe like a stiletto. And then she fucking, I'm standing there, like, I'm just like laying. I have no idea what's happening behind me.
No.
I'm full on laying down. I'm not like at the doctor's like this. I'm like full on laying down on the table. And then she just fucking like rams it, and it doesn't get in my ass, to be clear. And I'm like,
she rams it, but it just touches the cheeks. Yeah, okay,
Grand finale.
and that obviously causes me a significant amount of pain. So I pop up and I'm like ah!
I'll never forget that scream.
I gotta be honest, guys. Like I've done a lot of tour press and album press. It's been all serious. I got dog songs. I got all these like real songs. This is some shit I never thought I'd be talking about during album release week.
This is the way you do press. But then tell them the real finale.
And then as I'm screaming, and she fucking takes the same shoe and shoves it in my mouth, and it's like,
Oh my god!
and I got that off the table. I was like, was that the same shoe? They're like, yeah, dude.
Did you pay to do this?
Bert paid.
Technically, yeah. Technically, guys pay for that to happen. Like, all right, give me my money back. You should pay me. You got more out of this than I did.
This goes back to the comment. Like at the end of the day, when you think you're fucked up, like, nah, I'm okay. I'm not as bad as I thought I was.
Anyway, all dogs go to hell. Interesting song title.
Interesting song title. Dude, I think we are going to hell.
What's the craziest shit you've ever done that you can say on camera?
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean that
Not
I
a
can
stiletto
say
up
on
the air.
camera. Like my publicist is watching this in the other room, like, shut up in the interview. I mean, I've done a lot of crazy shit. You go on tour when you're 25,
sure,
26 years old.
That's what I can't imagine at that age having.
I've had a blast, man.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say Milwaukee. Don't worry about it. That's Milwaukee. Milwaukee. That's all I'm giving you.
I like that.
The rest is staying between me and God.
Milwaukee, you know. I want everybody who was, in Milwaukee when Chase was, 25 years old. Some of you out there know.
Milwaukee.
Okay, hit me up. I want to know. When you ask someone what's the craziest thing they've done and their answer is just a city, you know that they put a fucking beat down on that city, man.
It's like when
Holy
you ask
shit.
Debbie, what's the craziest thing you've done? She's like, Dallas.
The whole city, man. man.
Milwaukee.
Chase
it.
does Milwaukee. Oh man.
We were honestly when you put out the new album is I Hate Cowboys and All Dogs Go to Hell.
He told me that. All right, what does that mean?
When you listen to the song All Dogs Go to Hell, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Were you ever nervous? Like, damn, they're gonna. They might think I'm anti-dog here.
It's so over the top enough that people, there's got to be something going on here.
The only thing I did, like, I haven't read reviews because I'm like, this is good. Like, I know this is good.
That's the game, dude. Don't read reviews ever.
So, but I did make an accident of going on. I was on iTunes the other day. I was like, which is dumb. Like, people don't buy music anymore. It's like you get 6 reviews on most people stream. And I go on iTunes and I'm reading and I'm like 3.5 stars. This is horse shit. I text my manager. I'm like, I'm not reading these reviews, but this is bullshit. They can review it without even buying the album. Yeah. Fuck this shit. I'm all having a hissy fit. And all he does is screenshot one review back. And this is when I'm like, okay, this is dumb. I'm not even going to look for it. But like, this is a real album. We didn't use tracks, we didn't use click, we didn't use nothing. Like, it's all real instrumentation. It's real as it gets for me. Like, there's a song about my best buddy almost shooting himself. Like, it's real shit. And his dog saved his life. And the one review was like, this is that hip hop bro country dirt road bullshit that they just don't know where to put it. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm fucking fine. You just have people hate you for no reason.
Yeah.
When they're making no sense with their hate, it's
you didn't
like,
listen to it.
Right.
Other than that, like, I've not read any reviews, and it's everything I'm hearing is like, dude, this is legit stuff.
All that matters is the people. Like, if the people who know what's up are down with it, and they
At the end of the day, like, you can look at social media, you can look at anything. There's one thing, in my opinion, that you look at when you in our industry that I look at that I'm like, are people showing up at shows and singing your songs? That's it. How many people? There's a lot of, if you're selling out everywhere you go and people are singing the songs, that's the number one thing you can
now, when you're making songs like that, though, like, maybe there's a spot at a live show for a song like that, but for the most part, you're probably not singing the songs about your buddy who almost killed himself, right?
I didn't think so. And I don't know. We haven't started.
We'll find out, I guess.
But the song's blown up so much that it's called Bench Seat. And it's like,
maybe you will.
Are we gonna have to sing that every night?
Yeah.
And I love the song. I just wasn't prepared to like tell that story as much.
Right.
I had a feeling it was Bench Seat. It made sense. And the Bench Seat's a great song.
And the video is insane. It's intense.
Do you ever think like, all right, I got to make a couple bops to be able to do, like, when we're on tours for people to sing?
It wasn't the bop thought because I've done that. Eyes on You is like, it's a pretty pop song. Ride was a cover I did that's like, we just did that as kind of a joke, but it blew up. It's like 3 or 4 times platinum now.
Yeah.
That's all through that time where I was like, I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So if people listen to my music and they don't like it, I don't really blame them. But if you listen to this album and that's the type of shit you like, which is what I like, then I've heard a lot of things like Lassard, who my old tour manager, he's actually introduced me to Barstool years ago. And he came up to me in Arizona. He was like, dude, like, people are I've been reading a lot of shit, man. It's like, man, fuck this motherfucker. I thought I hated him, but this shit is good. That's a huge compliment.
Yeah, man. Turning a hater to a fan it's like the hardest thing you can do.
It is hard.
If you can do that to even just, if you're doing that to like 1 or 2 people, that means there's thousands of people who are liking it. That's a big deal.
But the mindset for this one was, you do have to still, I don't want an album full of dog songs that are sad as shit.
Right.
So we got like Bad Day to Be a Cold Beer was one I didn't want to record, but my producer's like, and that was Justin Thomas said that to me at Troubadour.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, it's a bad day to be a cold beer. So I'm like, I'm gonna write that. We wrote it, and I forget, like, as we recorded it, my producer really wanted to do it. He's like, dude, this song's sick. We need to do this.
I could see.
And live, it's
Bad Day to Be a Cold
it's gonna
Beer
change
in
my
the
mind.
country world. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Live, I'm
surprised you were against that, because that's gonna be fucking fun when that happens.
It's a banger. I'm gonna be smashing beers.
I was gonna say, you almost got to let the audience know, like, all right, in like 2 or 3 songs, we're doing that one. So go get your beers now. We're gonna need them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. If that song comes on and I don't have a beer, I'm fucking crushed.
That's a great album. Hey, in 3 songs, we're playing a song about beer. Go get your beer.
You'll
promise then they're gonna all leave.
I was gonna say, so then you play like your worst song.
And also, Morgan's on the stage over there.
It's never good. But for the most part, like, and then Way Down Yonder, that's gonna be rowdy as shit. That's one that's already kind of taken off. So
You got to you put that on a shirt too, man. You'll retire off those sales.
Bad Day to Be a Cold Beer. Somebody sent me shirts that say that.
I'm sure somebody already makes it, but if you have a song that you can lay claim to, it's like, no, it's my song.
If that song blows up, it was me and 3 songwriters, I think. So I think it was 2 or 3. I think it was 2.
You have
so
to
it's
split
3.
that million.
So it'd be $300,000, but it'll be less because I went and put Justin as a songwriter on it.
Oh, you
I'm
dumb
like,
son!
that shit blows up. I'm like, God dang it, Justin, you better donate it out to.
I've always wondered that, like, if I give you a single line, I have to get like
Technically,
and it is fair split. No,
we
right?
would have that
right.
conversation.
That's
Like
crazy.
Bench Seat, that was my buddy 4 years after he almost killed him. 3 years after he almost killed himself. He's back at my house. We're drinking beers in the backyard. We're having a good time.
If I'm him, I'd be like, "Where's my cut? I want the whole thing."
He said to me, he was joking, but he was like, "Dude, you should write a song about a guy driving his truck with his dog." And I just laughed. I'm like, "That's cliche country shit."
Yeah.
And 3 days later, I wrote this most real, authentic song that's about his life. So technically,
Yeah.
he should be a writer on it. At the same time, I'm not trying to blast him.
Yeah, right,
He
right,
wrote
Of course,
the
yeah,
story,
yeah.
so.
He's more like an executive producer of that track.
He deserves something. He'll get
He'll
if that
get
song
his.
really blows up. I'll
Yeah.
take care of it.
That's awesome.
He doesn't need it. He played in the NFL for a long time, so he's good.
He's good. He's fine. Well, man, I mean, it sounds like it's a dope album, and it sounds like the tours.
What's
are a good time, too.
I'm so bad with song names, which actually is an interesting question because my dad called me. I don't know. It's called a year ago, and he's like out of the blue, and he's like, "What's your favorite 3-song run on any album?" And I was like, "That's a great question."
That was like really good.
But like, I don't have an answer because like that's not how
three in a row.
we listen to music anymore. I was
Any
like, we kind
album
of
ever.
just pop it in our pocket, and like I was like, I don't even know if I can tell you song tracks anymore because like I was gonna tell you I like is it Key West to Colorado?
Yeah, Key West in Colorado.
Key West, Colorado. That's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so bad at names, and that call made me realize just how bad I am. Is that because I don't follow music right, or are you the same way? Like, do you know song titles that aren't yours?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I mean, I gotta really like the artist to know their whole album.
Right.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
Like, I feel like back in the day they were sitting there with their.
Now it's like you put on when you put on like a CD back in the day,
Yeah.
you knew the track listing, all that.
Now it's like people listen to playlists. If you
Yeah.
get 2 or 3 songs on someone's playlist, you're doing okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I do believe that albums, if you make a great album, they will cut through.
I agree
What
with
are you
that.
looking at?
I agree with that.
I'm looking at the playlist or the order of my album right now. I'm trying to think. I know there's 2 songs because we're trying to piece together our set right now.
How many tracks on the album?
13.
That's a good number.
So
is good,
Oklahoma and Walk Alone are 2 of my favorite songs on the album, and we're gonna figure out a way to do those, in order because they just work. So those would be my favorite 2 in a row, and then right before that is Bad Day to Be a Cold Beer. So
There you go, bro. That's a 3-song run. I'm telling you, don't talk down about Bad Day to Be a Cold Beer. Our next interview you're gonna be like, shit, it was the number 1 single. I don't
It's
know.
gonna be like 6
Went 10
weeks at
times
number
platinum.
1.
Yeah. Those are the ones
that pop through
Those
sometimes.
are the fucking ones, man. So, congrats on that. It sounds like
On the road, Way Down Yonder in March to November too, right?
March to November, basically. And we just, I don't even know if it's announced, but here you go, breaking.
Bro, I cannot really imagine you being on Survivor.
I hated some
Hated
elements
it,
of that
right?
show.
I
I
could
love
see you being like, I don't know, guys. Like, you want to have an alliance? I don't know. Go fuck yourself.
That's what I sucked at.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm like, the producers hated me because I was like, yeah, it was that way.
Yeah. I'm not backstabbing. I don't
People
really
would come up to me and
care.
ask me shit, and I'd be honest, and the producers hate that. What the fuck, Chase?
Lie to them, dude.
That's what they want.
What? So you just like the challenges and outdoor
I like
shit?
that. I
Yeah.
like the adventure part of it. I living outside.
How does that even come about?
A girl. I was.
Always a girl, man.
I just graduated from Carolina. I was working in NASCAR. I had a weekend off or whatever. Went to Chapel Hill to party. And woke up to a text that said, hey, from a girl from Carolina that played volleyball. She said, hey, would you want to be on Survivor? And I responded, sure, why not? And then she got me in touch with the people. I half-assed
But so you still needed to get like approved or whatever.
Yeah, you still had to go through the
Audition,
process
yada, yada.
and go to LA and do all that. I did all
that I'm even more surprised you did. I could understand if someone was like, all right, just slide this guy in, but you had to go audition and do all that
Well,
shit?
I knew at the time I was kind of miserable at the time, and I was doing a job that was sick in NASCAR, but I wanted to move to Nashville and write songs, so I
Right.
saw $1 Million Prize, and I'm like, that's a way
There
to
you
get
go.
it. And I lost 5-4. As we were going to commercial, Jeff's like, by the way, rule change on Survivor. We'll explain it fully when we get back, but if you quit the jury, you can't vote anymore. And 2 girls quit our jury who voted for the other guy. So I'm like doing the math in my head. I was like, what the fuck did he just say? So I technically won 4-3 by the new rules that he just changed.
Oh, motherfucker.
What was I saying?
So if
that
it was
for?
one
So I
like
lost
one
$1
round
million.
further, you would have won?
No, if they would have just gone by the new rules that they created because of our season,
Got it.
then I would have won 4-3.
The whole thing.
Yeah, because the girls that quit, they were asking. They were like, "Hey, if we quit, are we allowed to vote on the jury?" And the producers that were on the beach and stuff they weren't sure. Like it was a
It hadn't
question for a
happened yet.
minute.
Yeah.
And then they quit, and it turns out they were allowed to vote. And we didn't even know that when they showed up to vote at the end. They were there. I was like, okay, fuck, okay, cool.
And then after that, all the seasons going forward, you were not allowed.
They changed it, yeah, because of our season.
God damn that.
And you get nothing if you come in second place.
That's
or
why I
whatever?
brought that up. I lost $1 million, but I got $100K, which was enough
to
for me to
start
move to
doing
Nashville.
what you're doing.
Yeah, it worked.
That's pretty fucking. That's a good.
That's like a movie where it's like, I'm going to go win the World Series of Poker so I can become a country star. It's like, you did it.
You did it. That
Well,
is
I
pretty
didn't
cool.
want to. I was on the show as a NASCAR pit crew worker because 1, that was my job. 2, I didn't want to be. I'd seen the Bachelor stuff. I'd seen all these guys that go on there picking guitars to the girls, trying to then try to move to Nashville. I didn't want to be that dickhead.
Right. That even if you are like the realest dude, you do that and it kind of seals your fate.
Right.
That's what you're going to be remembered for.
And that was it affected me a lot when I moved to Nashville. People thought that as much as I didn't want it to happen, it happened. Like
From Survivor?
That's that guy that was on reality TV and he's trying to do music now. I fought against it.
Yeah. Good for
Turns out you won.
I was going to say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
not
good.
only did you, so you crushed Survivor.
That
and then you
changed a
went and
lot
crushed the
when
game.
I was one of the writers on Cruise. That changed. Like,
Yeah.
Now we want to write with this guy.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, brother. We appreciate it, man.
Appreciate
Thank you
y'all.
so much, Chase.
Can't wait to hear Janet's reaction. Like, what the fuck did you tell the Amsterdam story?
Make sure you subscribe to KFC Radio on YouTube to get all the video content. Subscribe, comment, like, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications so you know whenever new video content drops.
I want to say something, but the video has to be faster. That's it.